We are live. What's up, folks? My peeps. What's going on? We are live. We are live. We are live. I got some good stuff to talk about. I get a chance to run my mouth a little bit, get some stuff off my chest. I guess that's always good, for me at least. Uh, I hope everybody's week has been going good. You know, my streams are real impromptu. Um, Very straight to the point, sometimes unplanned. But we got some good topics to talk about. I hope everybody's week's been good. It is Wednesday, February 28th, 2024. And there's been some interesting stuff going on in the world. If it's Cam Newton, Wendy's, and their stuff that they have going on. R. Kelly, again, it seems like. And so here we are. I also want to hit on the emasculation of men, as some of you may have seen in the title of the video. Just some stuff that I want to discuss, some stuff that I've experienced, some stuff that I've read about, some stuff that I hear about, some stuff that I've seen that I'm like, okay, this needs to be conversation. This needs to be brought up. This needs to be real. This needs to be real, not just in your mind, brother. Do 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 do. Boo 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 boo. I'm going live on my Facebook live video. Flip the screen. Tap to add description. Ooh, I just got a notification on my Outlook calendar for a meeting that I have next week, but it went ahead and notified me, so I was scared. I was like, oh Jesus. I was like, oh Jesus. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Yeah, man. So we have a lot of good stuff to talk about today. A lot of good stuff that I believe is going to help a lot of people. I want to get into this Cam Newton stuff. So I see a clip floating around about Cam, right, on social media, and I didn't really know what was going on. Obviously, you see stuff going around, you see Twitter, you see stuff going viral, and I was like, did Cam get into a fight? Did Cam get jumped? Not Cam. Not Cam the man. What happened? And I guess for me, some of this stuff it's not really that funny to me as I think it is to other people and to maybe mainstream society. Because I'm looking at it from a whole, like the bigger picture. This affects more than just the individual involved. Cam Newton fights off 3 cowardly attackers. Let me watch this short.
What do you say? We don't have all the facts. As you can see in this video, Cam Newton is getting jumped by 2 guys, and then here's another guy who comes up and tries to sucker punch him. Never is it okay to take and jump somebody. I don't know what issues these guys have or what Cam Newton said to them, but this is chump behavior right here. It's pure chump behavior. And it's crazy, man. And you can't just walk up to celebrities.
I'm sorry.
You can't just walk up
I
to
mean,
celebrities and say whatever you want. Because guess what? They're people too.
Here's what I'm chuckling about. It's not the fact that Cam was involved in this altercation, that Cam could have got worse. He could have potentially lost his life. We don't know. What I'm chuckling at is the fact that Cam, it looked like he was kind of holding his own. I mean, if anyone knows anything about sports, if you know who Cam Newton is, you know that the man is huge. I believe he's probably right now maybe 6'50", 200 and I mean 6'5", 250 pounds, 240 pounds. And when he played, his physique was insane. He is a big man. He is a physical specimen. And so when I did a little bit more research, I found out that this event that he was at, I believe it's a summer camp, and Cam actually, I think, hosts these summer camps annually. Or at least he's a part of these summer camps annually. So he puts on different things in the community, or he's a part of different events, different camps, different opportunities for the young people who want to be involved in athletics, I guess to showcase their talents, to compete. And I believe this was a 7-on-7. Coaches accuse Cam Newton of starting fight from viral video, claim Newton has a history. I don't know what's going on. I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's hilarious. I don't think it's humorous that much, other than the fact that Cam is a big man and he was holding his own. But we wonder why. All I'm going to say is we wonder why. We wonder why people have certain stereotypes, why people have certain perceptions, why people say certain things, because crap like this goes down. Imagine if one of those young men, imagine if one of them would have, I don't know, put out a gun and shot Cam. Or what if Cam had somebody who was there with him, who was willing to ride for him, and they pulled out the heater and potentially took the lives of one of these young men, or it turned into a giant brawl. Now it's not just Cam and the 3 teenagers or whoever that was initially in it, who initially was jumping him. Now it's everyone else. It is unsafe. I don't see why people think it's okay, especially when you have these celebrities, high-profile athletes, former professional athletes, whatever realm they're in, why we think, or not we, but why some people believe that it's okay to antagonize them or to disrespect them. And I've heard multiple people talk about this, so what I'm saying is probably stuff that's already been spoken on. So I'm reiterating, kind of echoing what other people have already said. But when you have someone of that stature, I would think, in my little old mind, I would think that you would cherish their presence and not want to talk crazy to them. Now, I don't know what Cam has done to the young people. I've seen different clips. I think it was today, of like over the years, history where Cam was getting into it with some of the other campers who were there, right? They're talking smack back and forth. They're disrespecting him, cussing, saying all kind of stuff. He's turning around. He's going back at it with them. I don't know the specific details of what the heck happened. It's not a good look, though. And the fact that it turned physical is a problem. I'm not understanding why, if it's going to be a little altercation or you're going to talk your smack, I'm not understanding why it's getting to this level. And then these young men felt the need to jump this man. I just don't get it. Where's the respect? I can't even imagine like being at a Michael Redd basketball camp. Michael Redd, I'm not sure if he still does, used to have the Michael Redd basketball camps. Former Ohio State player, played at, I believe, West High School. He was a legend, played in the NBA, had a successful career in the NBA. I can't even fathom being at one of his camps when I was younger, because I went to them, and us going back and forth and then us actually getting into a physical altercation. In my mind, I'm thinking like, let me see if I can get some alone time with him so I can maybe pick his brain. Let me get some alone time so that I can chop it up, so that I can say something positive, or so that I can give him a compliment, so that I can ask him how he got to where he's at. Maybe ask him, does he have any critiques or any encouragement or any suggestions on how I can improve my game? What's going through my mind is not, let me talk the most smack to Mike Red at his basketball camp, and it potentially turn into something. And a lot of times nowadays, people do stuff on purpose. Y'all know this. Y'all know how it is. People do stuff on purpose. People antagonize you. Teenagers look at you like, okay, he's doing something, or he was somebody, or he's popular, or he's successful. Oh, let me do this for the gram. Oh, let me turn on for TikTok. Oh, let me get these views. So it could have been one of those deals where they're like, yo, we see that we're getting on his nerves. Let's take this one step further. Let's jade this dude. Let's fight him because we know it's going to go viral. And guess what? That's what happened. It's a bad look. It's irresponsible. I hope and pray that Cam wasn't an initiator in any of this stuff. I don't really know how old those young men were, but it's just too much. Too much. I don't get it. I see this headline right here. It says, coaches accuse Cam Newton of starting fight from the viral video. People are laughing because they're like, y'all picked the wrong dude to fight because he's built like a robot, like he was made in a lab somewhere. So physically, he looked like he wasn't even really phased. And truthfully, that is kind of how the video looked. I don't know. I couldn't even imagine being in high school, being in middle school, being a youngster, being at a Michael Red basketball camp, and even thinking, even if things got testy, but even thinking there's a chance that I can put my hands on this individual and it'd be okay. Cam, I hope you're good, bro. I hope you're good, bro. Cam, I hope you're good, man. So let me tell y'all, I was on my way. I knew I was going to talk about this Wendy stuff. I knew I wanted to talk about the Wendy stuff. I knew the surge pricing. I just knew it. I was on my way over here. I was going to get me a Wendy's sandwich, like a spicy chicken sandwich. I used to eat those a lot, and eat it while I was doing a video talking about Wendy's. And earlier today, I'm a bit salty now because I typed in the Wendy's surge pricing again, and I saw that it said Wendy's backs off of surge pricing after backlash. So for those of you who may not have heard what this backlash was about, let me just explain what this Wendy's apparent surge pricing was going to entail. It says Wendy's recently caused a stir when it was reported that they plan to introduce dynamic surge pricing for their food items in 2025. Okay? This pricing model would automatically adjust prices throughout the day based on demand, similar to how rideshare apps like Uber and Lyft surge price. So depending on how busy they are, depending on the demand, depending on how sales are going, how it's fluctuating, that would determine the price. So potentially, I guess a burger that I'm thinking I'm about to go spend $2.50 for could possibly end up being $4.25, depending on the demand, depending on supply, depending on how many people are ordering, I guess the frequency of the orders, the time of the day, how much people are spending. Because at the end of the day, it is a business. Now, when I heard this, I'm thinking, first of all, well, this is just me personally. I don't particularly eat Wendy's. If I'm trying to think, the last thing that I had from Wendy's was probably some of their breakfast food. I don't eat there, so this really did not affect me that much. I was like, okay, Wendy's, you're trying something new. You're trying something different. Okay, go for it. Go for it. You're trying to build your company. This is a business. I know what it's like to run a business. You're constantly thinking of ways to evolve, to get better, to make more money at the end of the day. But then when I read, it says Wendy's backs off surge pricing after backlash. If you're going to do it with your chest, people. Hold up now. If you're going to do it with your chest, Wendy's. If y'all going to do the surge pricing, if you said you're going to do it with your chest. I'm going to read this little article. I'm going to read a little bit from it and share it with you all and see what's going on here. See what could have happened. It says the fast food chain Wendy's on Wednesday is clarifying recent comments made by CEO about experimenting with fluctuating pricing on the menu. The The company backed down, saying they have no plans to increase pricing. Many media outlets, including the Detroit Free Press, reported on comments the CEO Kirk Tanner made, suggesting that the chain would start testing the practice of dynamic pricing, aka surge pricing. Tanner made the comments, and Tanner is the CEO. First reported by Nation's Restaurant News in an earnings call to analysts earlier this month. In an email statement to the Associated Press and NPR, the Dublin, Ohio-based backed down and called this statement misconstrued. Oh, what's poppin'? What's going on? What's going on? How we doing? I appreciate the people who are on YouTube rocking with me right now, and the people who are on Facebook too. I appreciate y'all. So we're just chopping it up. We're just having a conversation. Right now we're talking about this Wendy stuff. Talk to me. If this Wendy stuff was going to affect you, you can drop a comment in the chat. You can drop a comment on this Facebook. This Wendy surge pricing thing. So we all knew, or we had heard at least the surge pricing was going to happen. So you may be going there thinking you're about to spend $2 for something, or if you're ordering it on DoorDash or whatever the case is, and you get there and it's actually $5. So you thought you was gonna budget and just spend a few dollars on a burger, on some fries, on your 4 for $4, on your spicy chicken sandwich, whatever it is that you order. I don't really eat it. I may get the breakfast. The breakfast is fire every now and then. I do get it. The honey butter chicken biscuit is fire. Gotta get the egg, get some eggs on the side, get your little oatmeal bar, get your coffee. That's a whole nother story. But if this is going to affect you people, I need y'all to talk to me. Do y'all care that much about the potential surge pricing? If so, why? Like, what if Mickey D's did this? What if your favorite restaurant did this? What if your Chick-fil-A's did this? I have never met one person who does not like Chick-fil-A. So I'm wondering if Chick-fil-A was to do this surge pricing, would people still go crazy? Every time you pass by Chick-fil-A, I want you to think about this. Every time you pass by Chick-fil-A, they're busy, but they getting that food out. The lines are long. And one thing about Chick-fil-A, people gonna wait. People gonna wait, people gonna wait, people gonna wait, and they're gonna get fire service. They're gonna wait, they're gonna get their fire service, they're gonna get their fire food. I've had bad food from Chick-fil-A one time in my life and they corrected it. They don't mess around. So what restaurant would you be affected by? I think for me, if they did surge pricing at Chipotle, that'd be a little problem. Or Panda Express, that's been a big one for me lately. I probably, truth be told, I gotta be honest with you, I'm gonna go a lot. I work a lot. I move around a lot. Sometimes at the end of the day, I don't feel like eating at home. I don't necessarily want to, or I'm prepping for the day after, or the day after that, or the day after that. Chipotle is my go-to. Chipotle has become my best friend. Chipotle has become my side piece. No, I'm just Chipotle is, it's just incredible. If they did surge pricing, I'm trying to think, if they did this surge pricing thing, that's a good question. If your favorite restaurant did the surge pricing thing, how would you respond? I'm not invested with fast food restaurants pricing because honestly, I'm a healthy eater. Okay, good. I would more be affected by Chipotle, yes, and Subway, LOL. Now, granted, Subway isn't 100% healthy, but I picked them over McDonald's any day. Yeah, facts. I feel you. You know, I tried it. I tried the majority of my meals. I try to eat healthy. Okay, I do try to eat healthy. If I'm going to eat out, the things that are remotely healthy may be like a Panda, may be like Chipotle, but I try not to do the stuff that's just absolutely just not good for you. But I still eat out too much. There's no excuses for that. I actually just talked to somebody the other day about doing some meal prepping. Subway, yeah, Subway's cool. Not 100% healthy, but Subway's cool. You know, I wonder if people were really bent out of shape though. I mean, Wendy's was like, because I hadn't done too much research on it. And then when I popped it into Google again to kind of dive back into the subject of the surge pricing, you know, like the rideshare apps do, which is probably based on demand, maybe how much money they've made that day, the frequency of what's being made. And if they see that something's booming, it's a business at the end of the day. If they see something is booming, y'all, what you think they're gonna do? Raise their price. That demand is going up. That demand's going up. We gotta make our money. We gotta make our dollars. Y'all getting all them 4 for 4s, whatever y'all get. What do y'all get from Wendy's? 4 for 4s? Do they got 6 for 6s? Maybe they got 3 for 3s. I don't know. They need to go back to them old fries though. That's what they need to do. Old Wendy's used to be fire, fire, fire. Do you have a podcast or are you an interviewer? Listen, I'm just a man with a big mouth I'm just running my mouth. I'm live on my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, you can go there for me, please, right now at Nate Jameson Speak. I would love to hear you speak and do more topics. Oh, I appreciate that. Listen, go to my YouTube right now, Nate Jameson Speaks, and subscribe. I'm going to be doing more podcast streams, just me kind of sharing different topics, and it's going to evolve into getting guests on, doing joint videos, panel discussions. I'm going to get more active. I stay pretty busy with the line of work that I do. However, I like this outlet of being able to express myself and talk about different topics. So if you can subscribe on there, you can hit me on Instagram. This is my company. This is Jameson Consulting Group. Or you can hit my personal page is Nate Jameson Speaks. So stay connected with me. So we covered this Cam Newton stuff. We're talking about this Wendy stuff. Subscribing now. Thank you so much. Make sure we stay in touch so that we can stay connected. I want to get into something a little bit more serious, people. I want to get into something a little bit more serious. For those who are on YouTube, for those who are on Facebook right now, what in God's name is going on with this P. Diddy stuff? I mean, listen, I don't know what to say. This is too much. It's like every other week there's a new allegation. I got Meek Mill popping up on my timeline. I got Usher popping up on my timeline. I got Diddy at a party, and it's too much. Now I'm hearing there's new allegations against him from a former manager who said that he sexually harassed him or sexually assaulted him or something. Another sexual misconduct lawsuit. It's too much. Here's my question, and I'm being dead serious when I say this. And I put this in the title of the video because I'm genuinely curious. Does the behind the scenes issues, problems, drama, allegations, charges, does that take away from the person's craft? So, for example, we know who Bill Cosby was we can call him an artist, as a actor, comedian, producer, everything that he did, because I believe he did break some barriers. I'm not fully versed on everything that Bill did, but does the allegations and the crime and everything that the person does, maybe behind closed doors or what they did, does that take away from their craft, from their artistry, from what they brought to the world? So I had dropped 2 names. I said R. Kelly, P. Diddy. In no way, shape, or form am I saying that what they have done is okay. In no way, shape, or form am I doing that. I'm not saying that what they've done is okay. I'm not justifying it. However, I'm saying if the person has contributed, the person is gifted, if the person has done great things in society, if a lot of people have looked up to this person, if they've made a lot of money, if they've done anything to impact the culture, does their egregious crimes, does their egregious acts impact those things? So with the R. Kelly, does that make you not ever listen to an R. Kelly song? So you telling me if step in the name of love, so if that comes on and you at a cookout, you're not grooving, you just sitting there like, I can't do it because bro done did this, he done did this, he done did this. What's another R. Kelly song? When a woman loves, she loves forever. So when those songs come on, Body Call and all that kind of stuff, when those songs come on, are you not vibing because everything that has transpired? I don't know what's going on with this Diddy stuff. I haven't touched it. I haven't spoken on it. I'm not getting, because I don't know the full details of what's going on. But if we're keeping it 100, I mean, Diddy has been impactful and influential in the culture. I mean, he's put out some great music, but behind the scenes, they're saying that this dude is like a monster. That's what the allegations are saying. That's what the charges are saying. That's what the reports are saying. So does the person's craft, their gifts, their contribution to society, can we still accept those things and separate that this person may have also done bad things? Can we separate the two? Can you still listen to Diddy songs? Can you still listen to Kale songs without feeling away or feeling weird? Let me tell you guys what happened the other day. I have multiple boys mentorship programs. In one of the programs, we are creating identity boards. So similar to a vision board, the young men were to find images, quotes, pictures of things that relate to who they are. So culture, it can be a flag, it can be food, it can be music you listen to, it can be clothing. The boys were to find images, pictures, quotes that relate to who you are. I'm going to laminate the boards for them and the boys are going to share them. I have a printer available. So when the boys say, hey, Nate, hey, Mr. Nate, hey, Mr. Jameson, can you print this out for me? I print it out for them because I want your boards to be as elaborate as it can be. One of the young men in particular, he said, hey, Nate, can you print me off a picture of R. Kelly? And the guys were like, oh, whoa, yo, bro, you said R. Kelly. And I stopped them and I was like, whoa. First of all, we don't do that in here. We don't ridicule people for what they're asking for what they want me to print out. This is his board. You let him express himself how he wants to express himself. I said, no, I'm not agreeing with any of R. Kelly's actions, any of the allegations. Some of the stuff is sickening to even think about. However, if his music has helped this young man, if it is someone that he could maybe relate to, maybe his upbringing, or if it's helped him get through situations, he chose to have a picture of him for a reason. It was controversial in the group. It'd probably be controversial in the public, but he did it for a reason. And I said, y'all do know, I stopped the group because sometimes I gotta just educate some of these brothers. These high school students, I work with college students sometimes, I work with elementary school. I had to just educate them. I said, you do know that you can be gifted and disturbed. You can be extremely talented and have a messy personal life. You can be extremely successful and your life still be a mess. Just because you're gifted at something, just because you can sing, dance, teach, preach, cook, a successful businessman, a successful realtor, a successful construction worker, an engineer, a founder, whatever you are, a singer, ice skater, you can be highly successful and still be a mess personally. That's what I think is so interesting about the human life. That's what always has fascinated me. It's kind of like the duality that exists within humans. But that's a whole nother topic. So my question to anybody watching, and I want you guys to think about this, you can respond, you can let me know. Do you separate the things that someone has done from their gifts, from their talents, from their accolades, from what it's done for you? Because a lot of times we have emotions tied into these shows. We have emotions tied to Bill Cosby. A lot of people have emotions tied to R. Kelly because you was dancing to his music at your graduation. A lot of people have emotions tied to B. Diddy because you may have been in the club dancing to his music. A lot of people have emotions tied to Bill Cosby because you and your family sat in your living room and you watched his show with Claire Huxtable and you saw the family as an example to work to, right? So my question is, can you separate the person's contribution to society, to the world, to music, to arts, to business from their personal mess, from the allegations, from the things that they have went through? Because you can be successful, you can be talented, you can be gifted, and you can still be a mess. We sometimes think that these celebrities, we pedestalize them. I'm working to make sure that I'm not doing that. They are humans at the end of the day. They shower like you, they poop like you, they eat like you, they get emotions like you. When I talk to some people about some of the stuff that's going on in the world, one person in particular, they always ask me, Nate, are you surprised? They're human just like us. Just because they got a bank account with $100 million in it doesn't mean that they can't commit crimes, doesn't mean that they're not mentally ill, doesn't mean that they're not disturbed. Can you not listen to R. Kelly's music? Or can you still listen to R. Kelly's music? Can you still listen to P. Diddy's music? Can you listen to Bill Cosby's music? Can you watch a Jeffrey Epstein film without feeling the kind of way? For me, I can, to a certain extent. I'm not just sitting up, just listening to it, just going in, because then your mind gets to think, you're like, well, was he thinking about so-and-so when he made this song? And could be. But sometimes the songs is just fire. Whew. Sometimes the songs are just fire, people. There's one more topic that I want to get to before I wrap up this stream. And I'm actually just going to read this definition. I'm going to read emasculation. Whoa. Maybe I should have looked this definition up before saying I'm going to read it. This is I want to really get into the emasculation of men. The Wikipedia definition, okay, says emasculation is the removal of both the penis and the scrotum, the external male sex organs. When we think about it culturally and socially, what does that look like? Do you think that men are being emasculated? Do you think there's more limitations on men being masculine? Do you think that society is feminizing men? Do you think that society and the culture wants more feminine men? What do you think? I myself definitely think that it's an issue. I think that is something that is starting to get talked about a lot more, right? In different spaces on YouTube, different spaces on social media. You have guys, I think men in particular are speaking up more, but I also see some ladies speaking on this, handling it from the women's side and having different conversations about this, the emasculation of men. And in particular, I'm a black man. And I think what has happened is the emasculation has become so normal that it's almost missed, that it's really looked over, that it's something that's seen as normal now, to where the respect levels are going down. But we're going to get into this. And that may be my next stream. And to really just get into it, I may have a guest come on here with me as well. I like to hear other people's point of view, so I may have a young lady and another gentleman come on here to discuss this with me. What's this definition? I want to read this definition. Anyone who's on here, I want to read this definition. Emasculation of men. Okay, let's see. It's crazy. I mean, some women don't really want a masculine man. They don't really want them to be. And then you'll get people who ask, well, what's masculine? What's considered a man? The cultural norms of a man? Biologically, what's a man? What does society say that you have to, right? And then it goes into all those different layers of. I just saw this good. I just saw a little like passage that I wanted to read, and then I clicked on it and it brought me. Ooh, this is good. This is actually, I'm recording right now and it sounds like they having a party over there. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but I can hear it very good. They definitely turn. This is a good article by Zoe Clark, Emasculation of Men. Something that I probably want to break this down. Looks like it's a blog post that she created on her blog. I love to kind of dissect this. I'm going to have some people on and see if we can do like a group discussion. Disagree. I'm just going to read some passages out of here and see, and we'll move on from this. Disagreements between men and women should not be dying, in front of children, because this will lead to the undermining of male authority and therefore the emasculation of men. Smiley, referring to Ricky Smiley, believes that if women supported men's authority and male children toughened up through physical labor, emasculation would not be such an issue. The creator of mothers emasculating their sons, Sharif Ali, uses an example of a mother disciplining her son when her daughter was injured while playing at the park. Ali saw this child as exercising his masculinity, and his mother was emasculating him, which will manifest further in the future. Interesting. Interesante. Interesting. I'm going to read another passage off of here. I'm going to read another one. So I'm for those that just popped on my Facebook, on my YouTube, I'm talking about emasculation of men. Emasculation. And I'm just reading through this little, it's like a blog post, not a little, but I'm reading little passages from the blog post. And I think it would be dope to kind of dissect with a group of people, maybe read it together, and then we all kind of go through it, give different opinions, have dialogue, and then go from there. But I'm just reading different passages to kind of get the people prepared for when that stream comes on. Traditional masculinity is seen as the solution to all problems. Women will return to being feminine women. The world's natural leaders will regain control of society and right social ills like increased divorce and obesity. The idea of emasculation claims to explain why the world is in the state it's in, while failing to acknowledge that there are other issues at play in the nostalgia of the past. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna send this to myself, and I'm gonna definitely get some people together, do like a panel discussion. Listen, if you see this live, if you're watching this live, I appreciate you. If you came on here, if you chopped it up with me, you talked with your boy, I want you, before we leave, I'm typically always giving the people something positive. I want you to begin today. So part of me recording these streams, a part of me recording these, you can call them podcasts if you want, is the fact that I'm starting. I'm not saying I have the biggest following. I'm not saying I'm the dopest, but I know that I am dope. And I know that I have a good point of view. I have a good perspective. So my charge to you, is to start. Even if it's something small, start. So many of us live with procrastination and doubt and fear. And we all know people who say year after year after year after year, this is something I'm going to do, but they have yet to start it. My charge to anyone who's on here as I'm wrapping up this stream is to start. Even if you start somewhere small. There's a quote that I put out on Facebook the other day. It says, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Start somewhere small, even if it's a 30-minute live stream a day, even if it's 30 minutes of reading a day, even if it's 30 minutes of prayer, even if it's 30 minutes of reading on a business venture that you want to get into, if it's 30 minutes of cold calling because you want to get a new job, 30 minutes of doing job applications. You got to start today. Procrastination is a real thing. Overthinking is a real thing. Start today. Some of us want to get in the gym. Some of us want to change our lives. Some of us want to change our health. Some of us want to change our circumstances. We have yet to start. So part of me doing these streams and these quote unquote podcasts is me starting. I love you people. God bless you. If you have not, subscribe to my YouTube, Nate Jameson Speaks. Hit me on Twitter, Speak Nate Speak. Hit me on Facebook, Nate Jameson. Hit me on Instagram, Nate Jameson Speaks. Check out my business, Jameson Consulting Group, youth programming, public speaking, staff professional developments. I do one-on-one coaching. We got to chat. If you're interested, reach out to me. I appreciate those who hopped on here with me. I'll be back soon chopping it up. I got something special for you all. I need you all to have a blessed evening. Peace. YouTube, I appreciate you. Peace.